All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Rainmaker Training and Coaching. I'm super excited to be here with you today. I'm going to start out with some questions that I want you to write these down. Are you doing what matters most? It's a simple question. Are you doing what matters most? Now, there's only two ways to answer that question. It's either yes or no. The follow-up question is, how do you know? How do you know that you're doing what matters most? How do you know if you're not? What's the one thing that you can do this week such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? What's the one thing you can do this week such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? Boy, that seems like a really simple question, and actually it's not. It's not a simple question because so many of us have a hard time with that, don't we? I mean, if we knew the answer to that question, doesn't it make sense that we would be doing that? And so many people aren't. It's a simple question. What's the one thing that you can do this week such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? And don't worry, because I'm going to give you the answer to most of these questions. Some of them you're going to have to work on by yourself. All right, most real estate agents would answer the above question with lead generation. In other words, they would say, well, John, that's simple. The one thing that I can do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary is lead generation. And my answer to them would be, it depends. Maybe that's not the answer. See, not all of us are in the same place in our real estate careers, and I'm going to focus this on real estate, even though it could be true to any conversation that we're having in our family life, our spiritual life, our health life, our financial life. Every single one of these has the same question: what's the one thing that you can do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? So I'm coaching Eric. And Eric is a real estate agent in West Palm Beach. He's a rock star. This guy's been in business for 40 years, 30 million plus, 40 million plus. And he and I are having a coaching conversation. And the conversation is, I'm stuck. I'm stuck at this level of production. Now, the level of production that Eric is stuck at is $40 million. It's a big number. It's not 3 million. It's not 5 million. It's 40 million. But that's not the entire story. The other part of the story is stuck in life as well. Doing $40 million a year in production, working 60 to 80 hours a week, feeling burnt out, frustrated, don't have systems, don't have the right people on the bus in the right seats, looking for a breakthrough. Now, side note, bunny trail alert. Usually before you have a breakthrough, you have a breakdown. Now, Eric didn't. We're just having simple real estate conversations. And I'm asking, okay, so here's where you're at as a coach. I'm having a conversation and I'm sharing, this is where you're at. Where you're at's a pretty darn good place. Most people would love to switch places with you. However, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be a year from now? What does your life look like 5 years from now if you're living your ideal life? And the conversation quickly became the one thing that Eric can do to make his life, everything else he's doing, easier or unnecessary. The one thing is people. Get the right people on the bus, get the right people in the right seats. And that became his one thing at the moment. Now, making strides, and he is, in getting those people, the right people on the bus and the right seats, he's been able to increase his production, but even more important than that, he's been able to get his life back. Breakthrough. It's the E to P conversation. And when we go from entrepreneurial to purposeful, it's not always more lead generation. It's not always more listings, more contracts, more money. Sometimes it's, how do I get my life back? And then the one thing becomes a conversation on what systems am I missing? What tools am I missing? What technology am I missing? What people and leverage am I missing in order to make a breakthrough? All right. If everyone has the same number of hours in a day, why do some people seem to get so much more done than others? If we all have the same number of hours every day, we do, why do some of us get so much more done than others? It's a really good question. Now, if time is the currency of achievement, if time is the currency of achievement, then why are some able to cash in their allotment for more chips than others? If time is the currency of achievement, then why are some more able to cash in their allotment for more time than others? So it's a good question. And I'm going to go to one thing written by Gary Keller. This is, in my opinion, the best book he wrote. Okay. And if you don't have this book on your bookshelf, please get it. Please read it. Read it a couple times. Start implementing what you learn. And I'm on page 10. Here's what Gary has to say about the question that I just asked. The answer is to go small. Going small is ignoring all the things you could do and doing what you should do. It's recognizing that not all things. Yeah, Clarissa, you're right. It is the 10-year anniversary. Wow, time goes fast. That just made me feel old. Not all things matter equally, and finding the things that matter most. Not all things matter equally. It's recognizing that not all things matter equally and finding the things that matter most. Extraordinary results are directly determined by how narrow you can make your focus. The way to get the most out of your work and your life is to go as small as possible. Most people think just the opposite. They think big success is time-consuming and complicated. As a result, their calendars and to-do lists become overloaded and overwhelming. Success starts to feel out of reach. Oh boy, I bet you felt that before. I know I have. Success starts to feel out of reach. So they settle for less. Success starts to feel out of reach, so they settle for less. Biggest tragedy in life is that we settle. Biggest tragedy in life is not that we fail, it's that we almost succeed, and there we are. And have you settled? How do you know? If you have, is it too late? Can you push the do-over button and start again? The answer to that question is yes, you can. And the answer to is it too late is no, it's never too late. Unaware that big success comes when we do a few things well. Listen to that. Big success comes when we do a few things well. You've heard me, if you've been a part of my morning coaching and training calls for the past 3 years, you've heard me over and over and over again say, I'm only good at a couple things. I pretty much suck at everything else. But I know what I'm good at, and I choose to focus on that. And what I'm good at as a real estate agent is lead generation and lead conversion. That's it. Lead generation and lead conversion. And I'm really good at it. And because I'm really good at it, I built a very successful real estate business that sold over 100 homes a year. Now, listen to what I said earlier. If I didn't have the right people in place, if I didn't have the right systems in place, can you imagine where my real estate business would have went when I was listing 10 homes a month without systems and without people? It would have been a disaster. You hearing me? But because I had the right systems and people, and boy, that took time. I was sharing with somebody on a coaching call yesterday, when Monica and I started building a team back in 2006, it took us until 2012 until we got it right. We went through a lot of the wrong people and a lot of pain until we got it right. Now, when we were able to get it right, we were selling over 100 homes a year working an average of 4 days a week, 6 hours a day. We got our time back, but it took a lot of effort. And remember, the one thing that I was good at is lead generation and lead conversion. That's it. I'm going to go back and read this to you because it's super important. Big success comes when we do a few things well. People get lost trying to do too much, and in the end, accomplish too little. You need to be doing fewer things for more effect instead of doing more things with side effects. The problem with trying to do too much is that even if it works, adding more to your work and your life without cutting anything brings a lot of bad with it. Going small is a simple approach to extraordinary results. All right, talk to me. What'd you hear? You're a Haas. What are you going to do different?
Hey, John, it's Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
My big aha, and like I circled it a million times, was just big success comes from when you do a few things well. I find myself getting into a mode of where I'm trying to do this and do this and do this and do this. And it's like, I feel like I'm frazzled. And if I can just pick those 3 things that I know I do extremely well, that I think I might get more success and I might not be as frazzled.
It's a breakthrough, Jennifer. Super proud of you. Really, really proud of you. Hold on 1 second. Whoever's going to go next, just queue up and get ready. I'll be right back. All right, who's next? Talk to me.
Grandma forgot her phone. So we had to come back early.
Oh, wait a minute. Got a visitor. Hold on a second. Come here, buddy. Look who it is. Look who it is.
Oh, adorable. Oh, he is so delicious.
Oh my goodness, he's so cute.
Hi. How's my baby?
Oh my gosh.
You love ceiling fans. He's looking at the ceiling fan. Okay. All right. He wants grandma.
Hey, Monica.
Papa's working.
All right. Well, one of the questions that I got in the last 30 days is, why'd you move back to Palm Harbor? Well, now you know. All right. Guys, I appreciate you. I hope you got tremendous value today. Please go to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Watch this video over and over again. There are diamonds in that conversation for you. Please listen to it again. Take notes again. Answer all the questions that I asked you. Don't just listen to this for entertainment. I'm not that entertaining. Listen to this in order to make changes in your life in order to get to better. Beth, you and I have a coaching appointment coming up soon. I will see you soon. Looking forward to that. And everyone else, make it a great day. Love you guys.
Tremendous value. Thank you so much, John. Have a great day.
Juanita, on teaching my 14-point listing presentation. So let me check my schedule. I'll get a note out on this Facebook page, our Rainmaker Training and Coaching Facebook page. There's been a few changes in my calendar and definitely overbooking.
Okay, awesome. I'll let Rosie know.
Okay.
I'll look forward to it.
All right, guys. Make it a great day, everybody.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.